The most basic requirement of any ship is that it should be both seaworthy and cargo-worthy. Failing in either of these conditions will probably result in an expensive disaster. Hatch covers play a vital role in ensuring that the ship is in fact both seaworthy and cargo-worthy.
We'll open this hatch. Can you keep that side clear? Just keep an eye on that side.
In a recent study, it was found that more than 30% of all dry bulk cargo insurance claims are directly due to leaking hatch covers, and some ships lost at sea in uncertain circumstances are suspected to have taken water on board in heavy weather due to badly maintained hatch covers. The vital role hatch covers play in maintaining the ship's sea and cargo worthiness makes it very important that both the officers and crew are fully aware of the significance of operating the hatch covers correctly and safely. If costly losses are to be avoided, it is essential that the personnel responsible for operating such equipment must be totally familiar with its use. Incorrect use and inadequate maintenance will result in the rapid deterioration of hatch cover metal-to-metal contacts, compression bars, rubber seals, particularly the cross-joint seals, leaving the cargo hold unprotected against the ingress of water. A little water will ruin the cargo. A lot of water can badly affect the stability of the ship, which could lead to the loss of lives and the vessel. For this reason, the main aspects of correct hatch cover operation, inspection and maintenance will be described in this program. We are going to look at the folding type hatch covers, whether single pull, wire, chain or hydraulically operated, and the side rolling type hatch covers, which can also be wire or chain operated or rack and pinion operated, powered by hydraulic motors. The principles of safe operation and correct maintenance are fortunately common to most systems. Prior to opening, the chains should be inspected to ensure that they are the same length at each side of the hatch cover. The wheels should also be inspected and lubricated to ensure that the wheels will run freely and without obstruction. This applies equally to eccentric wheels, whose function is to support the hatch covers after lifting from their closed position prior to opening. In the case of hydraulically operated folding covers, the hydraulic system should also be inspected for general cleanliness, leaks, and damaged pipes and joints. The hydraulic oil must be kept spotlessly clean at all times. With rack and pinion operated systems, the gears should be free of dirt and well lubricated. The system must be in good order throughout to achieve both correct opening and closing, ensuring a secure closed position and a watertight seal. In the case of chain or wire operated systems, the correct tension should be checked. Opening a hatch cover, sometimes a very large and heavy one, means removing it from its safest condition. It must therefore be done with great care. If the hatch cover has carried substantial weight, such as containers, it should be inspected prior to opening for any possible damage. If any deformation or other signs of damage are observed, this should be reported to the chief engineer before the opening procedure commences. If all seems well, the opening process must involve the following steps in the correct order. Check the power unit and switch on. Remove the hatch cover securing devices. Check the safety devices to make sure that they are present and in working order. Clear the area concerned and warn all interested parties that the hatch covers are about to be opened. Make sure that this can be done safely. Operate wheel lifting devices to lift the covers ready for moving. Operate the power system and open hatch covers into their stowed or open position. Observe the hatch covers during opening for any uneven movement or irregular speed or abnormal vibration. This could give clues to developing problems. As soon as the hatch covers are stowed, or in the case of the side rolling type reach their open position, attach the locking devices and ensure that they hold the hatch covers securely in place. Now the power unit can be safely shut down. A ship aims to be in port for as short a time as possible. Cargo operations are completed as quickly as circumstances permit. Yet the only time routine inspection of the hatch covers, cross-joint seals and coaming rails can be carried out is when the hatch covers are open. A scheduled inspection program should therefore be carried out each time the covers are opened. Unfortunately, due to pressure of time and schedules, too often hatch cover operation is left unsupervised by officers and is rushed by crew members. Little attention is paid to the need for inspection and maintenance, due particularly to smaller and smaller crew numbers being on board. Inevitably, this can cause major losses of cargo, injuries and mechanical damage, and on occasion, the loss of the ship itself. Even in terms of cargo loss, seen here, the cost to the industry can reach many millions of dollars a year, invariably due to badly operated or maintained hatch covers. Hatch cover inspection can be carried out at various levels, involving different people and different objectives. The inspection carried out by the officers and crew of the ship as part of their scheduled housekeeping operation is aimed at identifying any developing problems arising from normal wear and load damage, with special attention given to the metal-to-metal contacts, the compression bars, the rubber seals, and the securing devices. The drainage channels and valves should also be inspected. Serious wear or corrosion should have immediate attention. The inspection by a company engineering superintendent is carried out at intervals to establish the general condition of hatch covers before dry dock to assess the work to be done. This may involve the replacement of a damaged hatch cover or the rebuilding of worn stowing ramps. Inspection by manufacturers or specialist firms is carried out when requested or scheduled to provide surveys and solutions to major problems. Once the inspection has been completed, general housekeeping operations should take place according to the company's weekly, monthly, 6-monthly or annual schedules. This is the first level of normal operational maintenance. Chains or wires should be checked for equal length at both sides of the cover to ensure even pull. If the lengths are uneven, this should be remedied. Compression bars and rubber seals should also be maintained according to a planned schedule, and if found worn or corroded, they should be cleaned and rebuilt. On finding worn or compressed rubber seals, the usual inclination is to replace them. However, consideration must also be given to the main cause of their poor condition. Since seal deterioration is often a sign of steelwork problems, seal replacement may only be a short-term solution. Why? The problem, in fact, usually lies with the metal-to-metal contacts which are worn or corroded, reducing them to below their intended measurements. The manufacturer designed the metal-to-metal contact to a precise height in order to provide the correct pressure on the rubber seals. Once these surfaces have become worn or corroded, the hatch cover sinks lower onto the compression bars, increasing this pressure. Over-compressed rubber seals lose their elasticity and set well ahead of time, losing their sealing efficiency. Simply replacing the rubber seals only serves to ruin them ahead of time and is a waste of money. The real solution to worn or over-compressed rubber seals is first to rebuild the metal-to-metal contact surfaces to their original dimensions with the assistance of the manufacturer, then to fit new rubber seals. They will then work as designed by the manufacturer. This should be carried out at the first convenient moment. The rack and pinion power system must be cleaned and well lubricated. If it is a chain-operated system, the chains must be correctly adjusted and well lubricated. Hydraulic systems must be checked for any leakage or hose damage and must be kept extremely clean. Hinge pins must also be checked. The hydraulic fluid should be checked and samples of it should be sent away for analysis periodically. When the occasion demands it, planned and preventive maintenance should be carried out by specialist companies or manufacturers, for instance, overhauling the hydraulic system. The cargo unloading operation has been completed and the orders go out to shut the hatch covers. The closing procedure should always start with an inspection to check if there was any damage caused by the cargo handling operation which would prevent the proper operation of the hatch covers, and to see that the coaming tops are free from dirt and obstacles preventing or fouling the closing operation. With single-pull wire-operated systems, the retaining wire is attached at this stage. If your system is hydraulically operated, this is the time to turn the hydraulic power on. The safety catches can now be removed to allow the hatch cover to move freely. The power unit is operated to close the hatch covers. The operation must be observed carefully for any signs of unexpected vibration or uneven closing speed, as these symptoms can give an indication of the presence of heavy wear or damage. The wheels are then lowered by the appropriate method. The securing devices are attached to hold the covers in the closed position. The power units can now be shut down. If the ship is cargo-free, a water hose test can be carried out. Water is directed into the hatch covers in the compression bar and cross-sealing areas from about 1 meter distance. Deep drain channels should be blocked to ensure that the water reaches the level of the seals. A more modern and increasingly used method of testing hatch cover efficiency is the ultrasound method. Whichever method is used on board a vessel, the tests should be carried out regularly, and any adverse trends developing should be discussed with the chief engineer. This method can be carried out when the vessel is loaded.
15 is right on the border.
So it's
Because-
all right. Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay.
When the hatch covers do not lie flat on the combing rails or do not align in height, this is an indication of deformation, damage, or excessive wear on the metal-to-metal contacts. In this case, the rubber seals may also be suspect and should be investigated. Using extra shims under cross-joint wedges to hold the covers down is not the answer, nor is using sealing tape. If there is some damage to the covers which cannot be repaired until the ship reaches her next destination, the use of sealing tape may provide a temporary answer. But remember, the hatch covers do not perform correctly, and the use of sealing tape is only a first aid measure. Prolonged use will accelerate corrosion in that area. In summary, in the case of folding type covers, check chain or wire length at each side of a hatch cover for equal and correct length to ensure square running. Check rising tracks for wear. If too worn, the stowing and closing operation will result in uneven speed, the hatch cover running momentarily out of control, possibly leading to further damage. Check that wheels are well lubricated and free to rotate at all times. Check the metal-to-metal contact surfaces for excessive wear, leading to overcompression and damage to rubber seals. In the case of hydraulically operated folding hatch covers, also check couplings and pipework. Check the hydraulic fluid and send samples of it for analysis regularly. In the case of side-rolling hatch covers, check and adjust chain tension. Check wheel lifting devices for correct operation. Check condition of locators to ensure the correct closed position of the covers. In all cases, check that all your safety locks and securing devices are there and fully functioning. The goal is reached. The ship is seaworthy and cargo-worthy. The hatch covers are battened down. All the right conditions are there for the ship to complete a successful voyage.